Hello, my loves. This is Princess Hurricane, and today, on a day where I myself am feeling very still, very in resistance to movement, action, and pressure, I wanted to make a video talking about the power of stillness and how it is actually the missing piece for so many people in the modern world when it comes to really fully connecting to and holding their power. We are conditioned to value action, movement, this kind of constant drive to do, and we lose touch with the power of what it means to actually be. And this can lead to so many people feeling unseen, undervalued, disconnected, unable to fully hold the weight of their power and beauty because they're missing that gravitational pull. They're missing the ability to sink into their being and hold that energy of stillness as an amplifier of all that they are. Of course, our world of social media, phones, technological distractions, fast food entertainment does not help us inside of this predicament. And so you have many people walking around feeling just absolutely hopeless when it comes to being seen in their power, being seen in their value, and being seen in the truth of what it is they hold. They think they need to do more. They think they need to figure things out. They think they need to over-explain. They think they need to show up in new ways. But what they're actually missing is the ability to just sink into themselves and hold the truth of their being in its rightful power, in the stillness, in the uncertainty, in the holding ground of consciousness. So let's get into more of this and explore how this relates to shamanism and the power of the primordial. When you look at mystical traditions and practices, there is one common theme that underlies the development of all spiritual gifts, spiritual abilities, healing powers, etc., etc., and that is the cultivation of the mind in a place of focus, stillness, and presence. This is something that our world, because of its disconnection from the spiritual, deeply undervalues. And this leads to so many people filling their life with noise, filling their lives with just this constant buzz of meaningless action just to simply avoid the depth of what that stillness would draw out of them. There is a fear in facing it. There is a sense of emptiness when it comes to meeting it. But that does not mean it is bad. In fact, it is the most fulfilling channel available to us as human beings, because it is in our stillness that we're able to feel life. It is in our silence that we're able to hear the deeper voices that exist underneath this human noise. We're able to hear the voices of the spirit world. We're able to hear the voices of the animal world. We're able to hear the voices that weave through in the most magical, sacred places that we would not be able to touch otherwise. When we are cut off from stillness, we never truly meet the depth of life, because we feel like we're just in this place where every moment that stillness beckons, we just feel it. We walk with someone in a canyon, and instead of opening to the body and opening to the senses and opening to the depth of what is around us, we talk about how the weather feels nice, or how the kids are, or what's been going on for you, how have you been doing? I'm always kind of stunned when I overhear those conversations out in the wild, and it represents such a contrast of the modern mind in relationship to the primordial forces, because yes, it may seem valuable in the moment, but you're always going to feel the depth of life is missing, that the gravity of life is missing from you, and you wonder why. It's because you're not in relationship with stillness. And yes, it does feel like a void. It does feel like emptiness at first, because again, we're conditioned towards this impulsive form of entertainment, this impulsive form of communication, this impulsive form of reactivity, so much so that the stillness feels incredibly threatening to our sense of self and our sense of security. But I promise you, if you condition yourself to hold that stillness, if you can give yourself sacred presence, going on a hike, just be with the land, just be with your body, be with your heart, be with your mind. Don't play on the things, your phone, don't try to make shallow conversation, just be. And let that beingness open you. Let that beingness reveal to you the hidden currents of what it is that actually surrounds you that you've forgotten. It's so much more rewarding. It's scary at first, but I promise you, it will bring you so much fulfillment and so much power. And you'll no longer feel like you have to explain to people the value you carry, the power you carry, the presence you are. You'll be able to hold the space, hold the tension, and in that you will find people who can actually meet you in your fullness. Just think of the lion, the eagle, the snake. Right before they strike, they hold that stillness. They hold that space of sensing, receiving, calibrating, attuning. And then boom, when they strike, when they leap, when they dig their claws into that creature, they're able to actually meet that moment. They're able to actually show up with all they are. How many times in our life do we rob ourselves from that same capacity because we're so obsessed with filling space? We're so obsessed with noise, with the meaningless buzz of productivity, or the meaningless buzz of connection that never actually leads us where we desire to go. So, consider this. Consider how you relate to stillness. Do you run from it? Do you seek to fill it up? Do you chase when it presents itself to you? Do you deny its fullness? Or do you let yourself sink into it? Do you let your actions come from a place of full knowing and full embodiment of your core, your power, your being, just meeting the full rawness of life? I promise you, living from that place, though it may feel a little tense at first, it may feel a little scary, it may feel a little threatening, you will begin to realize just how supported you are in holding it. And in doing so, you'll begin to really, really touch the richness of life, the fullness of life, the depth, the mystery, the magic, the divinity of what it means to be alive. So, I hope you can take this in. I hope you can look at where you are robbing yourself of connection with that force, where you are valuing the short-term highs over the long-term depth. And I invite you to just deepen with me into the breath, into the body, into the fullness of all that which lives around us in the ancient currents that have never left. You just have to be remembered. So I hope you enjoyed this video. And I hope you embrace the stillness that is calling you.